of Surah Luqman, deeper look study of Surah Sad. When I talk about hikmah, when I talk about Luqman radiallahu anhu, then I'll talk about them in more detail. But the things I want you to know for this discussion are as follows. From Dawood we learn, alayhi salam, that you have to think about life experience seriously. You have to learn from what happened in your life. And you have to observe the world. You have to know what's going on in the world. If he didn't observe what was going on in the world, he would never have been able to say, إِنَّ كَثِيرًا مِنَ الْخُلَطَاءِ يَبْغِي بَعْضُهُمْ بَعْضًا. He wouldn't be able to say that. It's his observation of the world around him. So what does that mean for us? It's not, when somebody says, I take my Islam very seriously, it doesn't just mean I'm going to pick up Islamic books and learn Islamic books. Or I'm going to study tajweed, I'm going to memorize the Quran. That's Islam too. That's a pursuit of wisdom also. But you know what's equally a pursuit of wisdom? Together with that, sociology, political science, history, anthropology, global economics, international relations, all that stuff, law, ethics, all that, and psychology, counseling. All these fields now become part of the pursuit of hikmah. You see that? So this is pretty serious because people say, oh, I want to study deen. I don't want to study dunya. That statement is lacking in hikmah and is lacking in an understanding of the definition of hikmah in the Quran. Okay, so that's one. The second is contemplating spiritual and moral principles. That's in the teachings of Luqman. What Allah has taught us through the story of Luqman, a person can think deeply and they will realize there is such a thing as a God and one must be grateful to that God. There is such a thing as an afterlife and everything I do has consequences and I should treat people the right way. These basic ideas are not coming from revelation. It's a truth that is inside every human being. And if they really deeply look within themselves and the world around them and contemplate, spiritually contemplate, they will arrive at that conclusion. You know, a lot of times there are non-Muslims who arrive at these conclusions, like Luqman did. He wasn't exposed to revelation and he arrived at these conclusions. Luqman is almost like Allah celebrating people that are officially non-Muslim, but they have refigured Islam out without ever meeting a prophet. Right? That's what the Quran has done here. It's pretty amazing. So Allah is saying there are people in the world that can find out about Allah. They can find out that there is something called the Judgment Day. I know I need to be treating people the right way. They've reached that basic level of wisdom on their own without any revelation. And a lot of those people, you know what happens with them? We find out about them that when they heard about Islam or they read the Quran or they studied a little bit, they become Muslim. And when they become Muslim, if you survey and interview hundreds of them, thousands of them, one of the common things you will find among them is they say it felt like something I already knew.